You're listening to Live Free, Think Free on 90.1 KPFT Houston, your home for uncensored news and underground music since 2011.
But let's go ahead and continue. You're listening to Live Free, Think Free here. We got probably 8 or 9 minutes or so left here on the show and got a couple of stories. And I know Johnny's got an important one and Micah's got some. We're not going to get into all of it, but I wanted to at least mention this one. I know that I've mentioned on our show over the last 2 months that I was following this Utah case of claims of ritual sexual abuse in Utah by the Sheriff's County, the Utah Sheriff's Office, announcing an investigation, and they're still currently investigating claims of so-called ritualized child sexual abuse. And so I started investigating that, looking into that, started hearing more about the Mormon Church in Utah, the Church of Latter-day Saints, and have had a lot of people reach out to me. And so it was interesting as I've been researching that. Just a couple of days ago, the Associated Press did this pretty big investigation, published 7 years of sex abuse, how Mormon officials let it happen. Now, I encourage you to go read this. Of course, all this will be linked at the HoustonFreeThinkers.com. But all I really want to say is that this story details how a child, a young, I think a 7-year-old girl, was being abused by her father, and the church knew about it, and it happened for 7+ years. This evolved to the young girl being abused all the way into her teen years, and to her young sister being abused essentially since her birth. Until, this kind of the cops eventually intervened. The man was finally arrested in 2017 by Homeland Security agents after law enforcement officials think about this, there's a farmer in New Zealand. He gets caught with child porn. When they catch him, they look at his phone and he's got videos of naked kids. They track down those videos down to this man in Arizona. This guy was actually working as a Border Patrol agent. His name is Paul Douglas Adams. And he was part of the Mormon Church as well. And the church knew that he had been abusing his kids for at least 7 years, and they covered it up. It says the Associated Press has obtained nearly 12,000 pages of sealed records from an unrelated child sex abuse lawsuit against the Mormon Church in West Virginia. The documents offer the most detailed and comprehensive look yet at the so-called helpline. And what they mean is that when people need help in the church for different reasons, they have a helpline they want you to call. And this guy, the bishop who heard the confession, this guy actually, the abuser, this Paul Douglas Adams, actually went to the church trying to seek help for his problem he said he had. And the bishop that he spoke to tried to go to the helpline and called the helpline. And the helpline is manned by these lawyers, essentially, that are designed to make sure that any potential damaging stories or anything that could hurt the church, that they are able to scoop up and kind of manage and take care of. And the bishop said he reported to them, and they told him to keep it quiet, that because he heard about it through confession, he couldn't tell law enforcement, and the abuse continued. And so families of the survivors filing the lawsuit say that this shows that it's a part of a system that can easily be misused by church leaders to divert the abuse accusations away from law enforcement, and instead to church attorneys who may bury the problem, leaving victims in harm's way. So, it's a big story. The church has responded. I encourage people to go look at the article and do the research yourself on that. But it's disturbing, but we got to mention it. It's happening. I want to remind everybody that our show, again, we are partnering with the Live Free Academy this month, and we're going to be finding out what this whole homesteading workshop, this on a budget thing, is all about. It sounds like something that I know I'm interested in. Maybe people who listen to our show, who hear a lot of the things we talk about, including inflation, potential food shortages, disruptions, all that stuff, and maybe don't have a lot of money to go buy, a land or homestead. This might be something you want to check out. You can go to the Houston.
Is it only a live event, or if you purchase it, will you get like the video audio after?
I think there's options for watching it after the fact. That's usually the case with his events. But yeah, people, if you want to check it out, it's at thehoustonfreethinkers.com. There's a big old banner right there in the middle. You'll see it, Exit and Build Homesteading Budget Workshop. And you can get registered, check it out. We'll be talking about that over the coming weeks and probably have John on soon to tell us more about it. But
since 2012, the Conscious Resistance Network has been an independent media organization focused on empowering individuals through education, philosophy, health, and community organizing. We work to create a world where corporate and state power do not rule over the lives of free human beings. Our motto is leading by example and helping others in their pursuit of freedom. Visit theconsciousresistance.com to find our articles, documentaries, interviews, podcasts, books, and more. Remember, you are powerful, you are beautiful, and you are free.